Hearing aids are actually ultra-miniature amplifiers. They include a microphone, amplifier, and earphones. Students are now required to connect and verify components according to the circuit diagram, complete the circuit installation and debugging according to the process requirements, and submit it to the instructor. Acceptance. The teaching objectives of this section are: 1. To be able to correctly read the circuit diagram. 2. To be able to make an electronic hearing aid circuit on a breadboard. 3. To be able to troubleshoot faults in the circuit. In the circuit shown in the figure, V1, V2, and V3 form a three-stage amplification circuit. V1 and V2 use RC coupling. V2 and V3 use direct coupling. Through the electric microphone, convert environmental sounds into audio current. It is transmitted to the base of V1 through capacitor C1. After amplifying the signal, it is output from the collector, and it is sent to the base of V2 through capacitor C4. A V2 and V3 form a directly coupled amplifier. Further amplify the signal. Touch the hearing aid earphone speaker to produce sound. Let's start making the hearing aid. List the components and materials according to the circuit, as shown in the figure. Prepare the components. Now proceed with the electronic hearing aid production. Prepare the components according to the component list. An electronic hearing aid selected here. First, conduct an appearance quality check. Electronic components should be complete and undamaged. All models, specifications, and markings should be clear and firm. Marking symbols should not be unclear or fall off. After checking the appearance, test the performance of the components. Test each light emitting diode for good or bad. Measure the resistance value. Capacitor speaker electric microphone. The performance of the transistor. Test all components for normal performance. After the component check is completed, now we are on the breadboard to build the hearing aid. This is a breadboard. There is a groove in the center of the board. This is designed for integrated circuit chip experiments. The red line at the top of the panel serves as the positive pole of the power supply. The green line below serves as the negative pole of the power supply. First, we install the transistors V1, V2, V3. Face forward. The pin arrangement to be B, C in order. Tenkai resistor R1. One end connects to the positive power supply, the other end is in series with the electric microphone MIC. Other end of the electric microphone is grounded. Capacitor C1 is connected to the base of V1 between the connection points of B1 and the electric microphone MIC. I1M resistor R2 is connected to the positive power supply and between the base B1 of V1. A 10K resistor R3 connected to the positive power supply and between the connector C1 of V1. The emitter of transistor V1 is grounded. The positive pole of capacitor C4 is connected to the collector of V1, and negative pole is connected to the base of V2. A 100K resistor R4 connected between the positive power supply and the base of V2. A 470 resistor R5 connected between the positive power supply and the connector of V2. The emitter of transistor V2 is connected to the ground. The collector is connected to the base of transistor V3. The anode of the LED is connected to the positive power supply. The cathode is connected between the collector of V3. The positive pole of the speaker is connected. Emitter of V3 and the negative pole are grounded. Note: when installing polarized components such as electrolytic capacitors, transistors, light-emitting diodes, and other components, do not install them in reverse. Pay attention to the correct polarity. Otherwise, the circuit will not work properly. It may even burn out the components. After the breadboard is connected, the circuit is tested and debugged. Visual inspection. After the circuit is connected, do not power it on first. Compare with the circuit diagram or connection diagram each component. Check each wire to see if the circuit is connected correctly. Check if the polarity of the components is reversed. Check if the pins of the components and the ends of the wires make good contact in breadboard socket. Check if the wiring meets the requirements. Power on inspection. After the visual inspection is complete, connect to a 5V direct current power supply. Observe whether the light-emitting diode lights up, and blow air into the electric microphone. Listen to see if the speaker makes a sound. If it is not normal, cut off the power. Recheck the circuit. After the production is completed, students submit their work. The teacher judges the work according to the scoring criteria. We used a breadboard to assemble the hearing aid. A certain student succeeded after more than 10 attempts. This persistent effort, the spirit of never giving up, is worth learning from. In future learning, do not be afraid of difficulties and failures. As long as you persist and continuously improve yourself, there will always be gains in the end. The content of this class ends here. Goodbye, classmates.